Hello race fans, welcome to the Circuit of the Americas for the 2023 United States Grand Prix. We're here in Austin, Texas for what is no doubt going to be an exceptional qualifying as the sun sets over this exceptional racetrack. And here's your practice report for the United States Grand Prix. And Nobuharu Matsushita got the upper hand on his teammate Keita Watanabe in practice 1. No doubt going to help the young Japanese driver's confidence. However, Watanabe pipped him at the end of practice 2. Matsushita actually following way down the order. In practice 3, however, Watanabe cracked into the top 10 and beat his teammate. And keep in mind, Watanabe scored his first pole position at this very venue last year. So can he have a repeat performance? Well, it is supposed to rain in Q3, and just as it did last year, which was the conditions that Watanabe took his stunning first career pole. The setup is set for the dry though, and big news heading into the weekend, Akita Oil re-signed a sponsorship deal with Toyota Racing as the main fuel supplier. Toyota is still only the 6th fastest car on paper, having dedicated a lot of their resources to reliability in order to combat the woes that their engine underwent in the beginning portion of this 2023 season. As mentioned previously, rain is expected for Saturday. However, on Sunday, it is going to be dry running. So Ken Watanabe sees the opportunity here in qualifying. And big news, a new control electronics for Watanabe, and so that will undoubtedly give him a 10th-place grid penalty. Through the final turn we go. Turn 20. A little wide for the Japanese driver. Across the line, P3 only. Watanabe pips his teammate Matsushita 12th and 13th. The Toyota driver only going out for one run. And Gasly and Mazepin do not set lap times. And the rain has come out early. The driver's all on the intermediates. Can he get it through the final corner? Watanabe powers towards the line, crosses it, and it's P1 overall, fastest time in the wet. Watanabe doesn't go out again, and that was a huge gamble as he narrowly misses out by 2/10 of being in the drop zone out of qualifying, and Matsushita is amongst them. But Williams, here goes Keita Watanabe, turn 20, here he goes. Can he set this a good time? He's on used intermediate tires, crosses the line, P3. Oh, and this looks to be a good lap. Purple second sector for Watanabe. He's 2 seconds up on his previous time. Can he get pole position in the wet again? A purple third, and he does! Watanabe gets pole position here in the United States in Austin, and that was a stunning lap. And no doubt we're witnessing the makings of a great champion. Howdy, folks. Welcome to the Circuit of the Americas here in the land of cowboys for what is no doubt going to be a rodeo of a time around the Circuit of the Americas. Here, it's the 2023 United States Grand Prix. We've been racing here since 2012, and every year it's been a great race. Let's see if we can keep up the form this weekend. And here we are on the Circuit of the Americas, a purpose-built track with many corners emulating famous spots throughout the calendar. Don't believe me? Look at the turn first sector. Maggots and Beckett's very, very iconic there. The long straight that will no doubt lead to passing opportunities into turn 12. And here we go onto our starting grid. And Keita Watanabe, despite putting a sensational lap in the wet on Saturday, unfortunately, with a new control electronics, suffers a 10th-place grid penalty, which promotes Valtteri Bottas to P1. Now let's go to our starting grid. Valtteri Bottas has quite a commanding lead in the Drivers' Championship, and he'll start on pole position, but with Sergio Perez alongside. What can the Red Bull driver do? Can he contest him into the first corner? Hamilton 3rd, Verstappen 4th, Norris 5th, and Esteban Ocon promoted to 6th. Then Watanabe gets promoted to 7th, thanks to grid penalties throughout the grid. Antonio Giovinazzi 8th, Nobuharu Matsushita 9th, and George Russell in 10th. Then it's Vettel and Stroll 11 and 12th, Latifi 13th, and Sainz down the order with an engine penalty in 14th place. Then it's Yuki Tsunoda 15th, Daniel Ricciardo 16th with a grid penalty, Fernando Alonso also on grid penalties, and Marina Sato in 18th place. And then it's Nikita Mazepin 19th and Gasly 20th, failing to set a lap time as Zhou Guanyu and Charles Leclerc are 2 retirees from Singapore, having to take new engine components down at the bottom row of the grid. Let's see what the United States have to offer. 5 red lights. What can our drivers do? Who's going to get the better launch off the line? Here we go. It's lights out, and off they go in the Circuit of the Americas, and there's a great start for Valtteri Bottas, but the Toyota teammates are side by side. Matsushita dives around the outside of Watanabe, and Watanabe loses places off the start as Matsushita contends Ocon down the hill towards turn 2, hitting towards the S's, and unfortunately his teammates unable to get the move done, but Watanabe struggling on the soft tire. Maybe there's something wrong with the setup, maybe there's something wrong with the way that the downforce level of the car. We'll have to wait and see as Watanabe struggles through the initial part of Sector 1 and just manages to stay ahead of Giovinazzi. Let's look at the race start again. And Watanabe gets a decent start off the line, but Giovinazzi gets an even better one, and I think that kind of startles Watanabe, and what further startles him is seeing his teammate alongside and not wanting to take him out. He definitely breaks way earlier than he originally intended to, as to not end up in a sandwich between his teammate and Esteban Ocon. Look at that launch off the line from Matsushita. That is possibly the best start we've seen from this driver ever since he got signed on to the team at the midway point of the season. And contesting Ocon, unfortunately, down the inside just doesn't seem to work against the Alpine in this instance. Through the S's we go, and Giovinazzi is way closer. Oh, Watanabe gets it all wrong. He clatters the curb and just makes tire contact with Giovinazzi. He tries to cut the curb and make the position. So that's definitely going to be investigated. Down the straight, DRS activated this lap, and Matsushita is going to be a sitting duck on this long straight heading down into turn 12. Is he going to defend? He's going to put up a light defense. But Watanabe with the DRS going to go around the outside of Matsushita. He's going to contend into the corner, down the inside, but again, unable to make the inside move work, and Watanabe holds on. Oh, and that's a spin, and that's Max Verstappen. That is very rare we see a mistake coming from this world-class driver, and he's definitely going to be feeling that as he loses tons of positions, trying to find a good opportunity to re-enter the track, but the Toyotas are going around turn 12 as we speak, and Verstappen's still going very slow. Can Watanabe pull a dive into 13? Oh, there's a bit of contact there on the wing, but Watanabe, unfortunately, is unable to get by the Red Bull driver. Let's look at the replay, see exactly what happened. Through turn 12 we go, catching up to Lando Norris in the McLaren, and oh, he just guns the throttle a little too much there. And unfortunately, that's definitely going to light up the rear tires and just spin the car around. He was closing to Norris, but unfortunately, it's a long climb back up to the podium. And Verstappen, this is the driver again we're not used to seeing mistakes from. And there's Watanabe. Opportunistic move, though, in all honesty. A little too far back, despite the Red Bull slowing down. Through the center S as we go. And it's a little like Watanabe's been struggling all weekend. There he goes, a little bit of a slide through the end of the S's. And Matsushita is going to try and go around the outside, and he does. Beautiful move from the Toyota driver, but Watanabe tries to get the move again through turns 9 and 10, now heading down towards turn 11 now, but he's going to have DRS down the long straight, and that is going to be a huge advantage. Was that maybe tactical by Watanabe to kind of wait for this moment? I doubt it, because he did slide through the exit of the S's, but with DRS and ERS deployed, Matsushita once again a sitting duck on the straight. Watanabe is closing in at a rate of knot. Around the outside he goes on the Toyota driver, and there we go. Watanabe makes it up another place and takes P7. Around the final corner, and the first soft tire runners are pitting. It's a little early. The one stop is possible around the Circuit of the Americas, and Hamilton hits onto another set of soft compound tires. They're trying to make the aggressive two-stop strategy work, and the front runners, if they're a pace, might be able to pull it off. Look at this pace Hamilton's been showing. Down the straight we go in the DRS train, led by Watanabe with Matsushita in the middle. Hamilton gets by Matsushita. Is he going to make a double Toyota overtake? He goes down the inside into turn 12, and Watanabe squeezes him onto the curb as he tries to defend the inside again. But Hamilton, with those fresher, soft compound tires and the overall pace of the Mercedes, is going to be a lightning quick car, and it's going to be near impossible to defend. It's a bit of oversteer from Watanabe through turn 15. Apologies. Through the triple right-hander we go, heading down towards turn 19, and oh, there's a bit of contact! Does Watanabe force Hamilton off the road, down the curb, and he's trying to make it stick, but those tires are just too hot, and he goes wide into the gravel at the exit of turn 20, rejoins the track, and that's very dangerous. Hamilton just grazes the side of that Toyota, and he loses a place, and Hamilton's going to be very lucky they didn't lose his car. Let's look at this replay. Oh, I don't think he tried to force him out. I don't think there was any malicious. I think there was a little kick of oversteer through that corner, and in correcting, he takes out Hamilton. Matsushita didn't enter the pit lane afterwards, but I don't think it was damage. No, it's just his scheduled pit stop. He was too far back to be involved in the incident. So let's look at who was Hamilton's front view. It's a little hard to tell, but Watanabe, I mean, the turn-in for turn 19 is way too far away for Watanabe to be preparing to turn into that corner, and I don't think he was really trying to force Hamilton off the road, but that was very sketchy. Good car control from the 7-time world champion.
This guy's crazy, man.
Yeah, he definitely is going to think that, and he's going to think he's crazy here too. That was very close between the two drivers there. And there goes Kato Watanabe into the pits, definitely going to try and get off those soft tires, who have been through the wars in his opening stint, and he's going to lose quite a few places, is the Japanese driver. And it just seems that all the pace he has around Kota is great in the wet, but in the dries, the pace has just vanished. His qualifying form is just nowhere on the dries. It's very slow stuff from Toyota, which is not going to help their situation, as he rejoins the track in P9, P10. As he's going to be outside the points, there's Russell heading down to start-finish straight. Watanabe just makes it up into P10, and hopefully he can try to contest the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. Through the S's we go, and yet again the Toyota's just struggling. A little slide out of the exit of the S's, and Leclerc is going to be all over him on fresher, soft compound tires. And Watanabe, just look at that slow pace, and Leclerc's going to go down the inside through turn 9 and 10. Squeezes Watanabe towards the exit curve. He's going to go down the inside into 11. Watanabe is going to try to fight this, but unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like he has the pace to do so. And he's left to fend off Leclerc, who's getting DRS down this straight. And it looks like Watanabe is going to get it. He's going to get the upper hand over Leclerc, and that's thankfully going to give a little respite for one more lap. But how long can he hold on? Here we go, down the straight now, and Leclerc is going to have DRS. He's very close, 2/10 behind, and that gap is dwindling ever so quickly. Leclerc down the inside, way before turn 12. Is Watanabe going to contest? He is down the inside on the Ferrari, and that is a beautiful dive bomb to hold on to the position. But how often can he do this? This is Matsushita and Carlos Sainz up the road, and Matsushita down the inside of the Ferrari, and there's a bit of contact between the two, but Matsushita gets his elbows out and shows some rapid defense. Into turn 20 we go, and Watanabe goes wide again. Those tires seem to be screaming for grip and just overheating as Leclerc with DRS gets by him. Is he going to contest into turn 1? Up the hill they go, into the left-hander. He's going to try to pull the switcheroo. Oh, there's a bit of contact between him and the Leclerc. Is there front wing damage potentially for Watanabe? Down the start-finish straight we go. Carlos Sainz closing in on Matsushita, who's up into P8, riding high in the points. But Carlos Sainz with DRS and a superior pace advantage makes the move so easily around Matsushita. And Leclerc pits, so all the two-stop runners onto medium tires. And for those on the one-stop, which could be Watanabe actually, with only 11 laps left in this race. And he's going to definitely 9 laps in this race. Apologies, can't do math. And he's just going to try to hold on those aged medium tires. Here goes Antonio Giovinazzi around the outside of Watanabe. Watanabe is going to try and defend. Into turn 12 we go in the hairpin, and he just manages to hold on. But the AlphaTauri's on soft tires. He's going to be extremely rapid on those tires. So what is he going to be able to do as he goes through 13 and 14 on the exit? And there he goes, and oh, Giovinazzi spins! And another red Honda-powered car spins. Let's look at that replay. You can see Giovinazzi, again, just gets down on the power a little too eagerly there. And there's Daniel Ricciardo in the McLaren. He good reflexes. Matsushita pits on this lap. He was trying to pull the two-stop himself. I don't know if he had the necessary overall pace to pull it off. He's going to maybe fall outside the points. But on the fresher tires, hopefully the Toyota will be able to make up some places. But Watanabe's up into P7. Here we go. Around turn 20, Ricciardo is all over his backside though, and if the AlphaTauri, which is slower than the Toyota, manage to get the move done, then Ricciardo will definitely do. But down the inside, Watanabe is going to contest into turn 1, just manages to shift down the gears and slow the car down just enough to retake the position. Oh, and that's Lewis Hamilton slowing down on the main straight. And for a driver who looked to be in command of this championship in the first couple of rounds, has just seems to be, this is his champion bid over. And that's Ricciardo passing Watanabe, but the yellow flags were out. And as the rules state, you cannot overtake cars when yellow flags are out in many sectors. Let's look initially at what happened to Hamilton. Around the corner we go, and oh, his engine blows up. And that's Malaysia 2016 vibes right there. Remember, Hamilton was fighting his teammate Nico Rosberg at the time for the championship in 2016, and an engine failure with his engine going up in smoke towards the end of the season ruined his chances at holding the championship lead.
Oh, no!
And the Valtteri Bottas riding high in the points. That's going to purely Lewis's championship over. The green, you can see the green light is on there, and the yellow light. Okay, wow, Watanabe just got unlucky there. The yellow flag's out. Valtteri Bottas, his teammates in shambles, but he rides high in the land of the West, and Valtteri Bottas takes the U.S. Grand Prix win, and more points over both Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. His championship rivals choking in this U.S. Grand Prix. But Watanabe, after the spectacular drive he took to make it up to pole position, is going to be surely disappointed with only getting P7 in this race. But Valtteri Bottas is going to be extremely ecstatic, as now it is his championship to lose. Sergio Perez completes the podium along with Lando Norris, a spectacular drive from the McLaren to get another podium to add to his ever-expanding trophy cabinet. But Max Verstappen, that early spin, did compromise his race, and with Lewis Hamilton scoring no points, Valtteri Bottas is only going to extend his lead. But Matsushita makes it a back-to-back points appearances with another P10 to add to his points total. Max Verstappen passes Lewis Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship, and Carlos Sainz makes up some places as well, but no real changes in the Constructors as Mercedes look to make it 10 straight Constructors' Championship wins. Ecstatic Bottas is going to be after a great win for the Finn as we head next time to Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and hopefully you'll join us then for what is always a great race.